I've been seeing a lot of card videos, people's decks being viewed and stuff. They're usually archetypes and other things. I love using the infinities. I love using dragons, all that kind of stuff. But when I build decks, I build more than one. I have too many decks to even count on the palm of my hands. Like, I can't count with every finger how many decks I build, how many decks I have. But one deck I do know I want to put out there in person, on video, is my deck based around the canine breed of animals. I love wolves, coyotes, jackals, foxes, dogs, all of that. So, my deck box, I deck it out with kickware. It is beautiful now. And this is my deck. We're going to start off with the extra deck. Number 20 and number 14 are the only numbers I have within it. So Giga Brilliant and Greedy Saramea. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard with them being holographic in the light, but I'm pretty sure you know who it is. Then I have 2 Diamond Direwolves. Their effects really come in handy with the deck. And you'll eventually see what's all in the deck. Then I go to my Synchros. My Synchros in the deck is the Black Rose Dragon, Gravity Warrior, and Crimson Blader. I'm still adding on to the extra deck. There's, I think, 3 more Synchros I plan to get. But this is what it is so far. We're going to go to the monsters now. I have 2 Mad Dog of Darknesses. I have 2 Pitch Black Warwolves, 2 Gene Warped Warwolves, and I have 2 Paro Surplus. Now, those are the only ones I have the same of in the deck, meaning double of. Then I have Bujinji or Bujingi, however you want to put it, the wolf, because his effect actually comes in handy, especially when I have beasts out on the field and beast warriors, since most of them are. Then I have Nen Ken Dog. I have Silver Fang, the Photon Cerberus, Skull Dog Mary. Now, you're probably realizing there's more normal monsters than there are effects, but there are some effects. There's also Chow Chow Chan, Mythical Beast Cerberus. He's probably the only spellcaster in the deck, but hey, if I go up against Secret Village of Spellcasters, I have a spellcaster to allow me to do the effect, to allow to play, I believe it's spell cards. I have Garm of the Nordic Beasts, Wolf, Wind Up Dog, and Wolf Axe Wielder then. I also, the reason why I have the normal monsters though, is because in my side deck, I have, I believe his name is something Lycanthrope. Bad at names at the first time. Yes, I have Lycanthrope. Because of his effect, needing the normal monsters. Then I have 3 Hyenas, Heart of the Underdog, Chain Dog, all that. Now, in the back of my extra deck, they're werewolves. So, proves my love for canines. And then on the back, it's Yugi with Slifer on the other cards. Now, my monsters with the high levels, I have 2 Ghost Knight of Jackal. It's the only high level I have from 5 and up, meaning, as I call high levels. I have 2 of only these guys. The rest is 1 of each. So I have Thunderclap Skywolf, and I got Mystical Knight of Jackal. Then I'll go on to my tuners. I only have 4. That's all I need. Shiba Warrior Taro, my favorite tuner of the deck. The Fabled Chawa, the Fabled Cerberus, and the only fiend of the deck, Emissary from Pandemonium. Now, yes, he's a level 7 tuner, but he becomes a level 5, and I don't always plan to use him for sinking, actually. He also comes in handy for number 14 since he's a rank 5. So, that's how that goes. Next, my spell cards. I have 2 Spiritual Forests. Though there's, I believe, 3 monsters it will not help, but the rest of the deck it does. It still comes in handy. 2 Misty Space, a Lightning Vortex, a Traffic Control, Book of Moon, of course, and Enemy Controller. So, that's all the spells within that. And then finally, there's the traps. Now I have Mirror Force. I only use 1 Mirror Force in this deck, though, however, because all it really needs is 1, really. Though you could have, I believe it's 3 now. But this, I think, is the only deck I have with 1 Mirror Force. I have a Draining Shield, a Magic Cylinder, and Magical Arm Shield. I also, though, I like using this card, the Windstorm of Attack Well, for protection. It actually does come in handy, especially when someone attacks, because you can stop the attack and put them in defense mode if they're attacking, and anything in defense would be put in attack. But they have to be face up to do so. I also have the Wabalco and Threatening Roar. Then, for the extra cards that do not protect me, but they help me out, I have Compulsory Evacuation Device, Call of the Haunted, and Powerful Rebirth. Very good trap card. It's pretty much another Call of the Haunted in ways for level 4 or lower in my graveyard. But it makes them gain an extra level, which helps me with level 4s. I can make number 14 more. Because I'm pretty sure you're wondering why don't I have much 5s to do it. It's because I got cards around it to turn 4s into 5s if need be. And then they gain an extra attack of 100 and defense. So if they're like, for example, Skulldog Marin, with the Powerful Rebirth, he'll be level 5 instead of 4. He'll also be 1450 and 21. And if I have Ghost Knight Jackal, I can just overlay them both then eventually and put him out. Pretty much that's the main reason why I have Powerful Rebirth. It comes in handy. It's actually a pretty decent card, especially when you have rank 5s. Because some people I see use 2 Call of the Haunteds. Me, I try to keep 1 Call of the Haunted and 1 card extra. It's usually either the Powerful Rebirth. For some cards, Birthright comes in handy for certain decks. Another good card is Damage Gate, which is in my side deck for swapping with Call of the Haunted and Powerful Rebirth. But I'm going to end this video now. I just wanted to show off pretty much my K9 deck, as I call it. I even have the letter K, a 9, and an S. I know K9's not spelled that way. It's spelled with a C and stuff, but that's short term. But I love my deck. I do good with it. It's pretty decent. I've actually beaten Gravekeepers with it only twice. Though I have not beaten my friend Ryan Camp's deck of Gravekeepers with it. But I've dueled 2 other people's Gravekeeper decks. Pretty decent, but when Ryan Camp duels, it's worth it. Because you don't know who's going to win, and you don't know who's going to lose, and you don't know how long the duel's going to end out. And when it's my Infernities and his, that's when I'm at a standstill. But still, my Infernities have wins with a lot of decks. His, I've only beaten 3 times with the Infernities. He's got me beat with 5. But one day, I plan to duel him again with my Infernities and try to get a 4th win, at least to make it closer to 5. Honestly, when it comes to me dueling, my heart stays with the Infernities. I love the Infernities. Maybe I'll do a video about my Infernity deck, but I highly doubt it, because I don't want people seeing it. I want people to see it in person, not in video. But you got to see one of my decks. I might make actually another video, maybe, of another deck eventually. I got tons in my Full Metal Alchemist bag that I can review, so check out. Oh shit, there's my apple juice. But just saying, I love the game. I'm 22 years old, still play. I've been playing since I was 6 going on 7. And I am not going to stop. I literally, no lie, every day of my life, carry with me a Red Eyes Black Dragon in my pocket every single day. And there's a reason why, because my very first dragon card I ever had was Red Eyes. And I was so happy I went to show my aunt. And she thought it was the coolest card that I showed her and everything. And eventually she went and passed. So, in tribute and in memory of her, she is my Red Eyes Black Dragon. See, I even have the word aunt and my aunt's name as the card itself. So, I cherish Red Eyes more than you can believe, and yes, I am building the Red Eyes Archetype deck. And I also am still fixing up my, as I call it, the Slifer, the Sky Dragon's Army, aka for short, Slifer's Army deck, which does not contain any God card but Slifer and Raw. But I also have Hermos in it, and I'm also thinking on adding maybe one day another card to it, but I doubt it, because I don't like using Obelisk. I prefer Slifer. I'm 100% loyal to him, and I won't mind using Raw because he's badass. He's pretty chill, but I'm a Slifer guy. But, yeah. But that's my video. Don't care if you hate it. Don't care if you like it. I'm putting it up, and it's going to be up. That way I have one of my loves on and shown out there. I'm not afraid to show what I love. Hell, I still watch it. I can't wait for the movie to come. I still buy cards. I go to Walmart and I buy them. So I go to Target too and Kmart. But honestly, out of Walmart and Kmart, I'd prefer, I believe, Walmart because it's cheaper, and Kmart usually puts their prices too high. So by like a couple cents or $1. But that's my love. I love the game. So that's the end of the video. Momentai.